Hello everyone, thanks for watching this video and welcome to Skill Elevate Jira User and Administration Training Program. Jira is an agile project management tool. It helps us to manage our projects using Scrum, Kanban or Scrumban process. Before getting into the deep dive of Jira software, you need to get a thorough understanding of the agile process. We'll provide an introductory as well as deep dive into the critical areas of the agile process during this training program so that you can get better understanding of the Jira software. Let's look at the course outline. We'll start with the iron triangle, how the scope, schedule and cost are impacting the project managers and the project management. We'll understand the fundamentals of agile and how the evolve of agile and its brief history. Will tell the agile scrum in details because most of the organizations they are using agile scrum using Jira software for their development projects. We'll have a detailed understanding of the product backlog, epic, user storage, tasks, subtasks because these are the primary ingredient for the Jira software. We need to understand backlog prioritizations or ordering, how a sprint planning will be effective if you are doing a proper backlog prioritizations. We'll be talking about product backlog refinement, how to split up the user stories from epic or maybe from user stories to the subtask level. Understand the capacity planning because when you are doing a sprint planning you have a proper sprint plan and there you need the capacity to define, so we'll understand the how much the capacity of the team and based on that how to properly plan for a scrum in a particular sprint. We'll talk about agile estimation in details, how to estimate in terms of story points or maybe in terms of absolute hours. Those things will be part of this program. Also we'll be talking about how to define the versions, overall roadmaps if you're using Jira as a next gen projects in the cloud. So roadmaps is also one of the important entity, or if you are using Jira software as a server, then now it is currently called advanced roadmaps, which is nothing but the portfolio. But here we'll try to understand the basic stuffs, how can you manage a versions in the project in Jira. Then we'll talk about the components. Once the basic foundations of agile are done, we'll get into the details of the Jira software installations and configurations of the Scrum and Kanban project. We'll have a details of introduction to Jira, its brief history, and then how to set up the environment, what are the necessities things are there for a Jira system to configure. Then we'll understand how to use Jira for a agile Scrum and agile Kanban project. Also do the configurations from the uh, user as well as from the administrator point of view, how to set up those Scrum and Kanban boards from the backend. We'll also use Jira for hybrid agile. Then we'll directly get into the agile board customizations. There are many entities you need to customize for an agile board for an effective administrator of Jira. We'll then talk about details of the issue management, issue details, issue schemas, and how to assign those schemas into the project. Then various kind of custom fields in Jira, how to manage that will also we'll talk about, and then different field management schema. Also screen management because this is one of the important entity in Jira software. How can you configure a bug screen, also the epic screen, those things we'll be talking about, and also how to manage those screen into a different projects. Also we'll have a deep dive into the workflow management. So apart from normal workflow, how to customize a workflow in Jira, that will be also part of it. Then finally we'll have lot of discussions and homework and exercise for the reporting using jQuery query. Also we'll talk about various analytics in Jira tool, also the filters, dashboarding, how to share those dashboard, also create a vanilla report using those areas, also how to expose the data in Confluence, that we'll talk about. We'll also talk about user management, how to manage the users, user groups, user roles, software schema, and also notification schema. Those part we'll talk about in details. We'll also go through various plugins. We'll install a plugin and see how this works. Also create some kind of uh, trial licenses for those plugins and the definition. We'll talk about test management plugin, script runner plugin, also Jira Suite Utilities plugin, and the advanced roadmap, which is formally the portfolio of Jira. Finally, we'll talk about the debriefing of Confluence. But Confluence will not be part of this training program, but we'll have a detailed high level understanding of the Confluence, how Jira software is seamlessly work with the Confluence. Also we'll try to create some user storage in Confluence and see how can we write this back into Jira. Also some of the reportings from Jira, how can we pull this into Confluence. That's all for this training program. Thanks for reaching to us. If you need any further informations, please reach out to us through emails. Also you can visit our website, or you can contact through WhatsApp, or maybe a text message, or directly calling to us. Thank you.